My sister going NC with me isn't the punishment she thinks it is. Over 11 years ago, my sister, who I'll call Amy, got into a drunk driving accident. From that moment, our entire family life revolved around her. Instead of taking accountability, she continued drinking, partying, and treating everyone around her poorly. My parents enabled her to the point where it completely handicapped her, believing she was on the verge of self-destruction. For over a decade, we all walked on eggshells. Amy used her safety net like a jungle gym, bouncing from one manufactured crisis to the next, with no real consequences. My life was expected to shrink to accommodate her chaos, while she kept spiraling. When she finally went to jail to serve her sentence, my life genuinely improved, the constant stress lifted, and I could finally breathe. However, calling that out led me to go no contact with my mom for 6 months, because I was expected to keep enabling her while she was going through this. When Amy got out in 2023, she immediately met a guy who pulled her straight into the rave scene and drugs. She'd come home during come-downs, fighting with him and completely tearing apart his character. She accused him of coercing her into threesomes and threatening to break up with her if she didn't comply. Yet after she'd sleep it off, she'd flip the script and treat me like I was the problem for even mentioning it. Amy has a massive victim complex and avoids accountability at all costs. Anytime someone tries to hold her responsible, there's always an excuse or a conveniently exaggerated version of events. Reality is constantly rewritten, so she's the most wronged person in the room. Things came to a head last year when she claimed that her ex-best friend Brittany's boyfriend John had sexually assaulted her. I know we should believe women, but something felt off. I felt guilty because honestly, the details never quite added up. The way she told it was vague and emotionally charged. She also said Brittany's reaction was nonchalant, which didn't seem like her at all. Brittany was one of the few friends who stuck by Amy during her jail time. They never fought until Amy's boyfriend didn't like her anymore. Amy and I stopped talking last summer after she tried to pick a fight with me. I went completely gray rock and shut it down. In August, I reached out to Brittany to ask what actually happened. According to her, they used to be a throuple. Apparently in 2024, while Amy was temporarily off with her boyfriend, John only pinched Amy's butt. There wasn't anything else. Granted, he shouldn't have done that, but I was in shock because Amy insinuated the incident was much darker. Eventually, I realized she was labeling situations as something more insidious, to give her a morally untouchable reason to cut people off and shift all blame away from herself. I was exhausted from the manipulation and the weaponized victimhood. I was tired of being expected to absorb the fallout quietly just to keep the peace. After everything she's done, somehow I'm still painted as the problem for questioning her narrative and refusing to enable her anymore. In October, Amy found out I asked Brittany what happened. I instantly became a traitor who needed to mind her own business, and she declared she was going no contact with me. My mom is heartbroken that I'm not being the bigger person and keeping the peace. She doesn't even know why we're not talking, by the way. It's been 4 months now, and I feel free. It feels like I finally broke out of the glass box I'd been trapped in for years. I feel the same relief I did back in 2022 when I was free from her drama. I'm happy. I have a boyfriend, a great job, and a life that finally revolves around me.